All right, so at this point, we have to ask the question, is Donald Trump like trying to lose the 2026 midterms? Or is he just the dumbest man on the planet? Because those are really the only two options. You're either intentionally trying to lose the midterms or you're the dumbest man on the planet. So let me show you what he said. He came out and tweeted the following. The only healthcare I will support or approve is sending the money directly back to the people, with nothing going to the big, fat, rich insurance companies who have made trillions and ripped off America long enough. The people will be allowed to negotiate and buy their own much better insurance. Power to the people. All right, so let me tell you what this actually means. What he's saying is, I won't support any extension of Obamacare subsidies. That's what he's saying, which means that your premium will double, triple, quadruple, or in some cases even more, depending on where you live and what your situation is. Without a doubt, that is the objective reality of what will happen as a result of what he's announcing here, right? That's the first point. So trying to lose, maybe he's trying to lose, or either that, or like I said, he's the dumbest man on the planet. But the other thing is, like, hey, jackass, what do you think a fucking subsidy is? He's like, hey, I got an idea. What if we give money to the people and then that goes to offset the cost of the healthcare? That's literally what the Obamacare subsidy is. Like, you're just describing a subsidy in a different way. Like, okay, the way the subsidy, you give them money, then that money goes to offset the cost of their health insurance. You're just describing a subsidy in another way. You're just describing the exact same mechanism in another way. Like, it's astonishing that this man is president of the United States of America. It is absolutely astonishing. Now, the final point is this. He's acting like, so he says there, oh, these health insurance companies, they're big, fat, and rich, and it's disgusting, and they've made trillions. They've ripped us off long enough. Okay, big guy. So then are you going to support Medicare for all? Are you going to support single payer? Are you going to say, you know what? It's time to abolish the for-profit health insurance companies because they're an unnecessary, rapacious, parasitic, for-profit mafia middleman. So we're going to abolish them and get real, true single-payer healthcare, which means everybody will be covered and your prices will come down because that's what all the studies say will happen if you move to a Medicare for all single-payer system. Is that what you're going to announce? No, you're not, because you're full of shit. Because every right-wing reform for healthcare to make it better just involves getting rid of the lines around the states and allowing all the health insurance companies to park in a low-tax state so they can make more profit as they continue to rip you off. So all of this is so fucking confused. Because in theory, you might read this and think, oh yeah, okay, he's right that these are like big, fat, rich insurance companies and they're ripping us off. Well, then what's the solution to that? Either you can like regulate them in the sense that you say you can't make above a 1% profit margin or whatever it is, right? Either you do that or you just say, you know what? We're done with them. Let's get rid of these mafia middlemen. There's no need for them. All they do is get in between you and your doctor and take their cut for doing absolutely nothing. So let's get rid of them. That would be great. I would love that. You would love that. That's what Medicare for all is. That's what single payer is. The government is the single insurer. You don't have private for-profit companies. That's great. He would never fucking support that. Before he ran for president, before 2015, there were videos of him where he said, my friend, he went to Canada, he broke his leg, he got it fixed, it didn't cost him anything, it's really incredible. My buddy went to Scotland, he had a problem, he got it fixed, there was no problem, he didn't even have to pay anything. So he used to support these. Then, of course, he runs for president, and he fucking gets in there, and it's the exact opposite. It's, super serving the insurance companies, super serving big pharma as he pretends to do the opposite. So it's just incredible that he would say something like this. Meanwhile, again, if you meant what you said, by the way, what happened? Remember he said, we're going to lower your drug prices 1,000%. That's what we're going to, how is that even possible? It's not even possible. He's waging a war on math. But what happened to that? Oh, that's right. It didn't happen. None of that happened. You lied because you're full of shit. In the same way, going after the health insurance companies, you're not fucking going to do dick to reel in their power. Not even close, because they make up some of your billionaire donors. They make up your corporate donors. And so spare me. So again, what he's practically announcing here is, I'm not going to expand Obamacare subsidies at all, which means our health insurance system in this country could just flat out collapse. Because like I said, we're looking at double, triple, quadruple, and more than that in some instances, your health insurance premiums. And that's something people will just stop buying insurance, right? And then that has a cascading effect where the people who remain in the insurance, their prices go up more. Eventually, they hit a tipping point where they're like, I can't afford it either. So it's just like, everything comes undone. And this is the practical end result of Republican governance. Always. This is always what it is. Everything fucking implodes. Everything implodes. Because they don't, that's the thing you need to understand. They don't actually give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about you. They don't believe government has a role in society of making your life better. They don't believe that the government should take care of the basic necessities in a civilized society. They don't believe that. They believe corporations should run everything for profit. You know, billionaires are overlord, emperor, god kings for a reason. You should be a fucking slave peasant and shut the fuck up and, you know, do whatever your boss says. This is what they believe. This is what they believe. They want you to be in debt forever, without a doubt. That's why they're so strongly against getting rid of the or they want to keep student loan debt, I should say. They didn't like that the Democrats tried to get rid of student loan debt. This is what they want. They want you to be a fucking debt slave. They want you to be a little consumerist piggy who's a slave to your boss, and you just follow the system and shut the fuck up. That's what they want. And so if they don't believe government is there to make your life better, what they do is they exacerbate all the problems and make everything worse. And this is yet another example of it right here. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.